Welcome to When This Works. My name's Chris, this is my virtual whiteboard, and today we're examining how to use a video game as a self-help improvement tool. For this we want the best video game ever created, Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. Well, it is in my opinion. It's free, it's open source, it's turn-based, meaning you never rush to make a decision, and it runs on PC, Mac, Linux, and Android. I'm nominating this roguelike game as a self-help tool because it makes you think tactically, sometimes outside the box, and it's genuinely boosted my thinking. Let's do the titles and then we'll level up. Right, let's bring in our mascot for an opinion on video games. How you doing, Bulby? Did you get up to much this weekend?
Not really. I lit a room, saw some things you can't unsee.
Oh, nothing I did, I hope.
No, what your mum did.
Wow, okay. You're dismissed, Bulby. We'll bring you back later. Sorry, Bulby has some issues. Grew up as the only light bulb in some cabin in the woods. Let's get this game underway and feel free to play along at home. Head to crawl.devels.org. Download link, graphical version, this version, unless you enjoy visualizing an ampersand as a demon. Install, open, click, create character. We're going to choose a Minotaur warrior, a good combination for noobs, and off we go. So here we are. Welcome, Smashy the Minotaur fighter. We're seeking the Orb of Zot. We're at the entrance and it's only down from here. And many deaths, it's that type of game. This is where we're running around. These are some of our stats here. We're basically strength build. Down here we've got things like the shield and the axe that we're wielding. We can memorize spells. We can also, here we can basically train up certain skills for different types of weapons and magic. But let's go back to the inventory and start this off. So here's a door, here's a potion, and here's a guy who wants to kill me. Here's another one. So it's your pretty standard rogue game, except it's deep. There are just so many characters and skills in this thing, and also religions to join. So I'm gonna basically not just run around with the arrow keys like this, or the mouse. You could also just click and go to a certain spot. Ideally what you do though is you hit the O key and start automatically exploring. So as you can see down here, if I keep hitting O now, I can't because we haven't explored this entire map. So it means it's time to go downstairs, so into the gloom. Ooh, and straight away we're surrounded by a few monsters. Okay, I've just hit the 3rd floor, and here we have some slightly more dangerous monsters, orcs and wizards. Let's see how we go. Ooh, now straight away, one of them went invisible, but that's alright. Ooh. Ooh, now the orc priest has shouted, "The Pantheon deserves no one's loyalty. Let us show you the truth path." So it's actually trying to convert me to their god. Now I know from experience that this is actually quite a dangerous situation. As you can see, my health's already gone down. This guy in green, the wizard, can be really dangerous. Oh, and then there's someone invisible next to me as well who's going to be hard to hit. But let's keep trying to hit these guys. So yep. I've reached level 4, I feel stronger. Hit this guy. The invisible guy is proving harder. Ooh, and as you can see, now here we'd normally look to potions, but I don't know what these potions are. I'm just gonna keep trying to hit the invisible guy. And we just got it, and our health, ooh, that was a bit close. I'm gonna rest with the number 5. And now we're back to full health. Let's keep exploring. Now on this floor we have something interesting. We have the staircase to the ecumenical temple. Let's go down. And here we have an absolute ton of gods we can join. I'm going to, let's see, let's go to Diphthemos and go down into the altar. We kneel at the altar. And now we can join this guy who is going to essentially give us a shadow that follows us around. I like the sound of that, so let's join. So Diphthemos welcomes us, and it takes a little while for the god to do what it needs to do. It takes about 3 floors for it to start making the shadow appear that will help us. Ooh, now as you can see, suddenly a malevolent force fills the dungeon. You fall into a shaft and drop 1 floor. Boom. So suddenly we're in the floor beneath, unexpectedly. Luckily, not surrounded by monsters, which can ever so easily happen. Let's continue exploring. See, as you can see, the monsters get harder as you go along, not surprisingly. But we're still with his axe. We're still, ooh, okay, so here's Edmund. Now, okay, this is interesting. Edmund is covered in red, and Edmund has a name. Let's right click, hang on. He is wielding a +3 dire flail of protection, and he's seen me. Let's right click. His threat is lethal, and his +3 dire flail, which protects him, will do 21 damage, and my health is only 47, so this will be interesting. Let's go and attack Edmund. Straight away, he's hit me. I'll hit him. I'll hit him. Now, ooh, Edmund is looking a bit harder. I'm losing. Let's right click on him again. Yeah, he's not much fun. Let's keep, low hit point warning. Let's try running away. Nope. He's hit me. I've died. And there we go. Minutes of fun and then death. How dispiriting is that? But that leads us to our first lesson. And that lesson number 1 is, if you die, try again. I mean, basically we've got scores to beat here, don't we? We can just keep getting better. So don't get discouraged. Dive right back in. And we'll hit the tab key to start with exactly the same guy. Smashy, the shield-bearing Minotaur. Let's go. Okay, so I've just entered the 2nd floor and we encounter Terence the Veteran and a Quokka. And also this endoplasm. Now, having learnt from last time, let's do lesson number 2, and that's to not rush in. We really should try and go back and maybe try and drag these away, and maybe even, oh shoot, okay, oh no, we're getting really down here. This is where we start to worry. So let's try doing a potion of might, so we're very, very strong. Hit this guy, hit this, yes. So by basically running away a bit and getting them single file, we're doing better, and we've reached level 3. Okay, on this floor, we've just encountered Sigmund the Dreaded, who is wearing a scythe, who is wielding a scythe. Oh, straight away, he's shouted and is coming after me. And if I right click on him, lethal, yeah, okay, so we're learning here. You really want to right click on these guys. He can do all this to me. Magic darts, throw flames, lethal. This is someone I should not be interacting with at this point. So we need to get the hell out of here is basically what's happening. So I'm gonna attempt, oh, and straight away he's cast a spell at me and done a fair bit of damage. And again, I have learnt lesson number 3, right click, learn what you're about to get into, and then get the hell out of there. So I'm avoiding Sigmund, who's down in the map somewhere over here. But I've just come to a little room where we have an endoplasm and a bombardier beetle who is able to do pyre arrow, which will set me on fire. Now, I could rush in and try and hit them both, but I'm starting to learn you really need to use your environment. So the interesting thing about this corridor is if I'm here, only one enemy can be here, which will block the other ones. So let's go here and then hit the period button, hit this one, and then hit this one. And boom. So we really need to learn to use our environment. That's part of the lesson. These narrow gaps are useful. So you don't want to be surrounded by monsters. You want to be in a corridor with them coming at you one at a time. So here we have another person with a name with red all around them. And he's no longer sleeping. He's seen me. Now, maybe we should try and use our resources a bit more because we do have, some scrolls. We have some potions of might. Now, let's go back and wait for one of them to come at me. And let's use the potion of might. And, oh, gee. Let's see how we go against this guy. Oh, done. Okay, we're doing rather well. We've reached level 5. Now what have we here? This is where Dungeon Stone Cold Soup really pulls at your brain and makes it somewhat addictive because here we have a +2 gloves of your sunk. Infuse, well, let's right click and see. So it gives us strength +5. That's a lot considering our strength is already 22. That's quite a lot more. And basically infuse, it empowers each of your melee hits with a small part of your magic. In this case, I have no magic, but we do have the chance actually to build this character and have some magic. So let's go to these gloves, pick them up and wear them, and our armor class has gone from 7 to 10. So this is where it really sort of does a splash of serotonin for you. It's like, ooh, treasure, I'm so much stronger, and it just makes you want to continue. Now, I've just rushed in, and that is a bad idea, especially against a killer bee who has now poisoned me. That yellow bit is poison, and I'm in trouble here. I'm in genuine trouble. I could try a potion. Oh, I just got lucky. It was a potion of curing. But how am I going to get out of this situation? I guess I could try some scrolls. Scroll of Identify. Let's see what this one is. A Scroll of Fear. Hey, maybe that will work. A Scroll of Fear. And let's make the killer bee fearful. Oh yes, everyone looks frightened of me, as they should be. So now I can run away and go back up the stairs. Stairs are really useful. And then heal before I go back down again. See, we're starting to get the strategic side of this game down pat. And in fact, the more you play this game, the more you learn you must always run away. Okay, so I've gone and leveled up a bit. Let's see if we can defeat Sigmund now. So let's let him... Oh, hang on, his hands are flickering wildly. Let's go and... Oh no, he's confused me. That means I don't quite know where I'm... Oh, no, we got him. So in fact, going downstairs and leveling up a bit and then coming back here has helped me win. Ooh, that's a lot of hammers, isn't it? And one of them, the steaming hammer, looks a bit juicy. So let's see what that is. Ooh, okay. The +8 Hammer of Peace. It burns victims. It does damage of 21. Protects you from fire and gives you +2 intelligence. Maybe we could do some spells with that. But it's a mace and a flail. Comparing that in our skills, we are skill 6.2 at axes. Maces and flails, actually, we're at 3.7 because being skilled with maces and flails also affects your axes and staves and vice versa. So I kind of like this new weapon because It's got fire. Fire, man. Let's do it. Okay. So now, +8 Hammer of Peace. Let's go. Although, let's be honest, we won't be doing much peace with this. Well, oh, hang on. And now we've encountered Crazy Youth, the Enlightened, with a +2 Cause Staff of Chaos. Let's have a look. Now, here we have a door, which is, oh yeah, once we open it, we're in. So, Crazy Youth, let's right click because we do like to see what we're about to get into. Threat is high, not lethal, not too bad. 60% chance to hit with a damage of 20. Yeah, I think we could give this a go realistically. So hit, boom. So in fact, our new hammer is deadly. It gets a bit more hectic now as you go on. Now, strangely, interestingly, there is no single corridors anymore, which means you're now surrounded by monsters. So I'm just trying to get into a good spot here where I'm not too surrounded. Oh gosh. Yeah, okay. We still managed to make it through there. And we've got some goodies here like healing wounds, meat. Okay, now I'm level 11. I've gone from level 1 to 11 and I've just come to an important juncture in the game. This here is the staircase to the lair of beasts, and this is an entirely different part of the dungeon. Ooh, and straight away I've come across some very dangerous death yaks. I know they're dangerous because they're covered in red. I've come across them before. These are utterly lethal. If I try and attack all these, I am done. Even this cane toad is a bit nasty. I'm gonna get out of here by going up. The cane toad, because it was a square next to me, follows, and I should hopefully be able to kill this thing without dying. Yes, I did. Let's kill this wolf as well. But at this point, I've been playing for hours. I'm doing pretty well. I've got to this juncture where I can now do another part of the dungeon. So it's kind of like the first part of the dungeon is done. But then we come to the last lesson, lesson 8. And that is, Chris, you know, sometimes you have an addictive personality and you can spend hours getting into something and really going for it hard. Know yourself and know when it's time to rest. So that is the next lesson, and for today, the last lesson. So we're going to go to the system commands, and we're going to save and exit. So there we are, Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. This game is awesome. It is so huge. There are so many things you can do. There's so many religions, so many characters, so much to learn, you know, fire versus ice, all these types of things. The more you play, the better you get, and then you realize just how deep it is. I still haven't beat this thing. I've got a way to go. So yeah, it's a fun game to play, and I highly recommend giving it a go, considering it's completely free. It's verdict time. Let's bring back Bulby and decide if you really can rewire your brain with a video game. What do you think, Bulby?
Show me the evidence. And don't just tell me you're the evidence.
No. This time we have scientific evidence, so don't just take my word for it. Firstly, there's this study from molecular psychiatry that shows if you get people playing Super Mario for a few months, their brain plasticity increases with more grey matter generated. Next, we have this study which made one group play StarCraft, a taxing strategy game, while a second group played The Sims, a pleasant but unchallenging simulation game. The 72 participants played for 40 hours, and then their cognitive flexibility was measured. The StarCraft players showed measurable improvements in task switching, adapting strategies, and multitasking, while the Sims players did not. There are numerous scientific studies that support the benefits of strategy video gaming.
But aren't these studies based on small sample sizes over short periods of time?
That's true, but a meta-analysis, this study, collated data from 63 similar studies and finds a statistical overall improvement, especially in attention perception and higher order cognition after video game training.
So a study of lots of other studies.
Yeah, meta-analyses are all the rage now, but let's bring the focus back to me.
Because it's all about you.
It is. I personally find Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup keeps me sharp, and I think we can call that a real-world result. It's my personal experience that the tactics involved can bleed into my real life, making me more strategic in everyday decisions.
Such as?
Well, for example, I might take the trash out instead of waiting to be yelled at.
Compelling. Are you sure this voodoo really works?
Look, there are some caveats. It's generally understood that playing challenging games can increase your cognitive skills, but you need to flex that muscle and keep doing it. And also, it won't make you more intelligent.
That's a pity.
Ha ha. Anyway, let's have the drum roll. Do we get the big tick of approval or the cross of shame? It's the tick, of course. You really can use video games as a self-help improvement tool. So get playing, but, in moderation, of course. Until next time, remember to subscribe for more life-changing tips when this works.
Bye. Help. I'm being held against my will.